Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Az-zahra. This video was made to fulfill individual segments for the Intro to Linguistic course. In this video, I will conclude from all the papers made by each group, namely from chapter 1 to 10. Okay, let's start from chapter 1. Chapter 1. Language is a structured system of communication used by humans based on speech and gesture, spoken language, sign, or open writing. Linguistic is the scientific study of language. It encompasses the analysis of every aspect of language, as well as the methods for studying and modeling them. Chapter 2. Linguistic is the science of language or the study of language about how language is understood and used. Microlinguistic consists of phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics, while macrolinguistic consists of psycholinguistic, sociolinguistic, anthropolinguistic, neurolinguistic, language, dialects, and so on. Chapter 3. English has been spoken in England. To be more precise, a set of varieties of West Germanic have been spoken. The three main groups were Anglo-Saxon and Jutes. By and large, the Angles settled in the middle and north of England, the Saxon in the south, and the Jutes in the area of present-day Kent. And then chapter 4, structure of English. Number 1 is prefix. Prefix is a word part at the beginning of a word. When a prefix is added to a word, it changes the meaning of the word. It creates a new word. And then suffix. Suffix is a word added at the end of a word. Like a prefix, the suffix changes the meaning of a word. And then synonyms. Synonyms are words that are similar in meaning. And then antonyms. Antonyms are words that are opposite in meaning. And then hyponyms. Hyponyms are words that sound alike but have different meanings and spellings. Chapter 5. Systemic Functional Linguistic is a theory of language centered around the notion of language function. While SFL accounts for the synthetic structure language, it places the function of language as central. What language does and how it does in preference the more structural approach, which places the elements of language and their combination as central. SFL starts at social context and looks at how language but acts happen and is constrained by the social context. And then chapter 6. Chapter 6 is psycholinguistic. Psycholinguistic is psychology and song behavior. Psycholinguistic is a theory between psychology and linguistic. The theory are very different, but they are related in examining language as a formal object. Chapter 7. Etymologically, morph, from of shape, and ology, study of morphology, is the study of the basic building blocks of meaning. In language, these building blocks, called morphemes, are the smallest units of form that bear meaning or have a grammatical function. Morphology is the study of word formation in a particular language. It focuses especially on the internal structure of the word and their alteration through the addition of prefix and suffix. There are kind of morphology, namely inflectional and derivational. Chapter 8. Semantic. Semantic, there are two main branches of linguistics that specifically concern the word, namely etymology, the study of the origin of the word, and semantic, the science of meaning, the study of the meaning of the word. Between the two sciences, etymology has been an old established discipline, while relative semantic is new. The word semantic comes from the Greek sema, which means sign or sign. The word semantic was later agreed upon as a term used from the field of linguistics that studies linguistic sign with the things it is characteristic. Chapter 9. What is syntax? Syntax is a branch of linguistics that studies the rules that govern the formation of sentence. Grammatically, Grammatically, judgment it is determined by rules that are set by speaker of language. Word must conform to specific patterns determined by synthetic rules of the language. And categories. Category refers to a group of linguistic items which fulfill the same or similar function in a particular language, such as a sentence, a noun parts, or a verb. Word level. Word level categories. Words can be grouped together into a relatively small number of classes called synthetic categories, which can generally substitute or one another without loss of grammatically. Word level categories are divided into 1. Lexical words, open class words. Number 2. Functional words, closed class words. Lexical words, it's called open lexical because language can freely add new words to the set. Functional words, it is called functional words because they carry little meaning, have no synonym, and typically help another word. Chapter 10. The study that is concerned with the relationship between language and the context in which it is used. In other words, it studies the relationship between language and society. It is explained when people speak differently in different social contexts. It discusses the social function of language and the ways it is used to convey social meaning. And then criteria of language. Number 1, standardization, fidelity, historicity, autonomy, reduction, mixture. The norm. Language is the human ability to acquire and use complex system of communication, and a language is any specific example of such a system. Okay, I think enough from my explanation. If you find any mistakes, so forgive me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.